Wicked Cyclone is an RMC hybrid coaster at Six Flags New England in Agawam, Massachusetts. It was formerly a William Cobb wooden roller coaster named Cyclone, but was given the iBox treatment for the 2015 season. While I didn't get to experience the original Cyclone, I highly doubt it was better than this. If this is any indication of what other RMC coasters are like, I definitely have to get around to riding them, because this is one incredible coaster. Once you enter the queue line, the first thing you'll notice is that this ride has some pretty decent theming. The story behind Wicked Cyclone is that passengers are storm chasers going into the eye of the cyclone. The queue line is decently decorated with a storm chaser vehicle, a wrecked small plane, and some damaged road signs, while the station is plastered with newspaper clippings of major storms. Chain parks aren't really known for their theming, but I have to say, Six Flags really impressed me in this department. Plus, you've got to love those awesome looking trains. You can always depend on RMC to make great trains for their attractions. Moving on to the ride itself, while the stats don't seem that impressive on paper, it's clear that Rocky Mountain Construction went out of their way to pack an insane ride experience into a small layout. While the first drop is barely more than 100 feet tall, it packs one hell of a punch. If you're in the back row, the forces of drag are in full effect, as the weight of the train pretty much whips you over the first hill. It is without a doubt one of my favorite drops out there. So once you reach the bottom, you'll go into a massive 120-degree overbank turn before hitting the first airtime hill at full force. This is guaranteed to give you some insane ejector airtime, and just before you get a chance to catch your breath, the ride throws you into the first inversion, a 200-degree zero-G stall. This inversion is just surreal. You basically get upside down airtime, and all the while you're going through the ride's wooden supports. It truly feels like you're inside an uncontrollable storm with debris flying at you. After another overbank turn, you'll hit a double down, which will give you even more ejector airtime that's sure to launch you out of your seat. And the ejector airtime doesn't stop there. This ride is chock full of it. Ejector air is undeniably this ride's major strength, and if you're an airtime junkie, it's right up your alley. Following the double down, you'll hit a couple more ejector airtime hills before entering the ride's first zero-G roll, and let me just say, this is by far one of the smoothest inversions you'll ever experience. In fact, this whole ride is unbelievably slick. It is perhaps the smoothest roller coaster I've ever ridden, and I barely even felt the track underneath the train. At this point, you've already experienced so much airtime that you'll swear the ride's about to end, but this coaster is not over yet. Before entering the ride's second zero-G roll, you'll hit perhaps the most intense element of the layout, officially known as the double reversing bank airtime hill. First, the track banks outwards towards your left at the beginning of the hill, then it suddenly banks in the other direction while you're still up out of your seat, and finally the track straightens out at the end of the hill. The result is a moment that will take you by complete surprise if this is your first time riding, and just after this surprising moment you'll enter another zero-G roll, which will also catch first time riders off guard. I specifically remember my first time riding this coaster and being completely surprised at the elements it threw at me. It was a fantastic ride experience with an unpredictable layout, and I'm so grateful that I can relive it over and over again at my home Six Flags park. And for the grand finale, the ride throws an outward banking airtime hill at you along with one more ejector airtime hill before hitting the brake run. What else can I say about this ride except that it's another one of my personal favorite coasters. It's an engineering marvel that I'm gladly giving a 10 out of 10. If you ever get the chance to go to Six Flags New England, by all means check out Wicked Cyclone. Its smoothness, airtime, and intensity are sure to make it a treasure at the park for years to come. Thanks for watching, everyone. Feel free to subscribe and follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You could find links in the description. This is Theme Park Crazy, and I'll see you all next time.